Good evening. This report from the state attorney's office maps out these 7 hours on January 24th that gripped this community, and it also maps out the last few moments of two officers' lives.
I kind of describe my feeling right at this point as being numb. It's hard to sleep, it's hard to eat.
Chief Chuck Harmon says perhaps the most crushing detail of the newly released report from the state attorney's office, Hydra Lacy's seeming attempt at cooperation, luring Officer Jeffrey Yaslowitz into a tight attic space, but telling Yaslowitz repeatedly while lying face down, even crawling towards him, "You got me, you got me."
He obviously had a ploy that he was going to give up and had different things in mind.
According to the report, Yaslowitz bent over Lacy, perhaps to handcuff him, when Lacy made a sudden movement. U.S. Marshal Scott Lay felt threatened, so he tased Lacy multiple times.
Every time the taser would discharge and quit cycling, would say that he was giving up.
But the report says Lacy did not give up. Two close-range shots to Yaslowitz's head left him unconscious and likely dead on impact. Frenzy exploded, as did resolve to get Yaslowitz out of harm's way, despite an almost constant drone of gunshots.
There was no shortage of volunteers. We had an officer down in that house, and I probably couldn't have pulled them away.
One of those men, Officer Thomas Baitinger, whose last few words, according to the report, after getting shot and told to escape, "I see Yaz, I see his boot." Not long after, Baitinger died as well. St. Pete PD hopes releasing the day's events will show their officers acted according to protocol. Even so, Chief says it's like reliving a nightmare.
Just taking a scab off a wound.
Chief Harmon said today that Officer Yaslowitz acted according to protocol by entering into that tight attic space that day, that just yesterday one of their officers did the same thing and it ended successfully. Chief Harmon says it's just an example of the risk that their daily grind entails. Live in St. Petersburg, Allison Morrow, ABC Action News.